Hi everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we learned how we can do routing in our React application. So whenever I'm clicking on any of this movie card, so let me click on this Dune Part 2 movie. It is taking me to this movies detail page. And whenever I'm clicking on this back button, it is taking me to the home page. So this is what we built in our last video. And in this video, what we are going to do, we are going to build this movie detail page. Okay, so how do we build this movie detail page? So if you see over here, we have this movie ID, and we are going to use this movie ID to fetch the data from TMDB API. So let me go to this TMDB API website and click on the second link. And over here, what we need to find the details of a movie. So if you come to this movies section, you can see these details. Click on this and you will see here it is asking us to give a movie ID. So if I pass a movie ID over here, it will fetch the details of that movie. So let me come to our application and let us click on this Kung Fu Panda 4 movie. And over here, this is the ID of this movie. So let me copy this ID and let me paste it over here. So if you see over here, whenever I am changing this movie ID, here this movie ID will change. So let me try to change this Arvind. It is showing Arvind over here. Let me try to say Dune. It is showing me Dune over here. So over here, what we need the movie ID. So let me paste the movie ID here. That is 1011985. And which movie was that? It was the Kung Fu Panda 4 movie. And press this try it button and wait for some time. And if you see over here, the name of the movie is Kung Fu Panda. Okay, if you come down here, the title of the movie is Kung Fu Panda 4. So we are getting the movie's detail from this endpoint. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to copy this endpoint. Let me copy this from here and let us make a new hook, a custom hook to fetch movie details. So in the hook section, in the hook folder, let me make a new file, use fetch movie details.js. So this is our hook. So also let me open this use fetch movies on the right side of the screen. So let me open it on the right side of the screen and let me close this sidebar. And now here we are going to write our use fetch movies, a custom hook. Okay, this hook is gonna be similar to the hook that we made previously, so that is why I'm keeping it over here for some reference. So if you remember in React, what is a hook? Hook is an JavaScript function. So let me write a JavaScript function. Let me call it use fetch movie details. Okay, is equal to an arrow function. Okay, and also we have to export this function. So use fetch movie details, and now here we are going to write all the logic. First of all, we need this ID to get all the movies. So how do we get this ID? So to get this ID, React Router DOM provides this use params hook. So we are going to use that hook to get the ID. So const ID is equals to use params. It is provided by this React Router DOM library. Okay, and we got the ID. What do we have to do next? We have to write a function. So let me cut this function from here and let me paste it over here. And we are getting an error because we are forgetting to write default over here. So default, now it's done. And we need to change the URL and options. So let me come over here. Let me copy this URL and options from here and let me paste it over here. Also we have to change this ID to this ID. So let me first remove this double quotes with backtick, and over here let me make this ID, and we are forgetting a dollar sign. So where is the dollar sign? This is this dollar sign. So now the URL is correct, the options are correct, and everything is looking good. So now we have to make a state variable. So let me make this state variable over here, and instead of calling movies, let's call it movie. And now let's copy this use effect code and let me paste it over here, and here we have to call this fetch movie data. And over here, instead of setting movies, here we have to set movie. We have to remove this thing, and okay, instead of result we have to set this to data, and I think this looks correct. We are setting movie to data, and one thing that we are forgetting is to return this movie. So let me return this movie over here. Let's return movie. Okay, and now let's call this function in our movie detail page and let's see whether it works or not. So over here we have to call this function. So const movie is equals to use fetch movie details, and if you can see, only one line of code is giving us the movie detail. So this is the power of a custom hook. All the logic is written over here, and we can use this logic anywhere inside our application. So after that, let me do a log of movie, that whether we are getting the movie or not. So let's come to our application. It is saying use state is not defined, so I think we forgot to import use state. So let's import use state and use effect hook, use state and use effect hook, and let me see the console over here, and I think it is showing the success false. The resource you've requested could not be found. So let's come over here, let's see what's wrong. I think there is something. Oh, okay, I got it. We messed up. We have to put this ID here, and instead of, we have to write movie over here. So we messed up with the API, and if we see now, let me refresh it, and if we see now, it is showing the details of Kung Fu Panda 4 that we wanted. So now we have the details of this Kung Fu Panda 4 movie, and now let's show it in our movies detail page. So let's come to our movies detail page, and over here, first of all, let me make this correct. Okay, so we need to copy some CSS from here. So class name, this CSS, let me copy it and let me paste it over here, and let's see whether it fixed. Okay, so it fixed, and let me make it rounded. Instead of 2XL, let's make it rounded full. Okay, and padding 2. Let's give margin top of, let's say, 3. Okay, now it looks good. And now here let's show the movie title over here. So let me make a div, and over here let me show the movie title. Okay, in this div let me show the movie's title. How do we show the movie's title? Let me come over here, and if you see, original title is Kung Fu Panda 4, so we have to do this movie dot original title, and don't forget to use optional chaining, else you will get errors. So okay, so we are getting the Kung Fu Panda, and let's, below this, let's show the overview. Okay, so instead of original title, let's show the overview. Okay, we are getting it, and let's give some CSS. So class name, let's make it text 4XL, and let's make it font bold. Okay, font bold. Let's see how it looks. It looks good, and you can show a lot of things from here, like the budget of this movie, the genre of the movie, and the IMDb ID. No, this is not. the origin country, original language, production company, production country, revenue, runtime, status, and a lot of things. Okay, so your assignment of this video is to complete this movie container, this movie detail component, and make it beautiful. Okay, so I hope you'll do it, and this is it for this video. Hope you'll complete the assignment, hope you'll make this movie detail page beautiful, hope you'll add more things in this page. Well, you can also show the trailer of the movie. How? Figure out by yourself. And this is it for this video. In the next video, we are going to deploy this website or deploy this application to Vercel, and I'll show you how you can deploy a application on Vercel. So stay tuned for the next video. So this is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.